In 2029-30, he got 27 Bundesliga assists in a 34-game season. Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Clayts. This is Clayts FM, and today we've got another player profile video where I'm going to bring you a wonder kid. He is just 16 years old at the start of the game, but I've dubbed him the Turkish Messi. He is the same height as Lionel Messi. He's left-footed, just like Messi. He plays the same position as Messi. And he's also brilliant on the ball, got fantastic vision, great composure, loads of flair. He's also fantastic in FM21, and I highly, highly recommend you signing him. Even Antoine Griezmann signed him in his save for Marseille, so he must be quite good, right? His name is Ömer Bayaz, and he's at Fenerbahce at the start. Let's take a look at him. All right, so here he is then. Ömer Bayaz is the player. He's a Turkish 17-year-old player playing for Fenerbahce, obviously over in Turkey. And at 17 years old, you can see here straight away by looking at his attributes, technically very, very gifted. Mentally has some great mentals for a 17-year-old. Physically, I will say this, his physicals are not great at this point. But playing in the role that he does, which is just behind those strikers in this number 10 role, I guess physicals are kind of the least important attributes. And obviously they are going to improve in the future with him being just 17 years old. Today's video hopefully shows you what type of physical attributes he can develop if you give him the game time and the time to actually develop. You see here is a left-footed player, which is why I have dubbed him the Turkish Messi. And I mean, as I've mentioned before, he becomes a really, really good player. He's valued at £350,000 for Fenerbahce. And if you speak to his agent, you will see that he is interested in leaving to join a different club. In this save here currently, I'm the manager of Dortmund, so actually quite a high-rated team there, so he is likely to be interested in joining. You do also see, though, that a high fee may be required to bring him in. He is going to be quite expensive. I mean, between about 5 and 10 million, I'm going to say, to bring in Bayaz at the start, which for a player that becomes as good as he does is a fair price. But I understand that that is quite a big outlay for a 17-year-old, especially if you're at a club that doesn't have so much in terms of transfer budget to actually go and spend. Hopefully today's video will prove, though, that he is every little bit worth that money. Let's actually try and bring him in for Dortmund now then. Okay, so initial bid. I'm going to try and keep it quite low to start with and see what they come back with. Let's give them some future incentives too. Let's give 30% of the next sale and let's lock it at that. I'm going to offer 3.6 million and just see what they say. Okay, so they want 12.75. Not unreasonable, I don't think. I don't think that's too bad. Let's offer them 4 million up front, and let's give them quite a lot over the next 3 years. Because with a 17-year-old, I think this is probably something that you'd prefer to do, because then you're not giving your whole outlay on a player that you're not going to get the best out of in the first season, because he's only 17. You want to give him that time to develop first. So let's go up to, let's say 9 million over the next 3 seasons. So 3 million in 2021, 3 million in 2022, and 3 million in 2023. I think that's kind of fair. Let's see what they say to that. See, they're on board with that. It'll be 13 million in total, but you're only spending 4 million this first season. I don't find that to be too bad a deal. Let's see what he wants in terms of wages. Okay, so he's incredibly interested in negotiating terms, which is always good. His expectations are future prospect, which is good as he's so young, and he wants about 10k a week, which that's no small amount for a 17-year-old, but again, I keep saying it, hopefully this video proves that he's going to be worth it. So the contract start date for me is next season. I don't know if you can sign him first season then. I'm going to check this for you, but let's offer him this contract and bring him in on this save, and then when we holiday, he'll join Dortmund anyway, and we'll see how he progresses. I'm going to check it and see if you can sign him first season or not in this FM. Maybe because he's so young, you might not be able to, but let's offer him a contract. Let's say 7.75 and 10% increase. Let's go for 8.25 and 10. Right, he's going to join for that. He does then join in 2021, which is a year from now, but we'll see if that's possible to get him in earlier. Okay, so really quickly, I have checked. I've loaded up a new save right way back at the start of pre-season here with Dortmund, and we are definitely in the transfer window. He still will only sign in 2021. So he's going to be a signing that you're going to need to make in a year's time in the game. So just to make sure that there is no confusion of that, you will have to wait 1 year if you do want to sign Ömer Bayaz. At least if you're signing him for a team in Germany. It probably is the same for other teams too, though. Okay, so there you go. It is confirmed, £4 million from this year's budget. Obviously, that does rise to 13 million in the future, though. We will sign him in a year's time. He'll spend this season at Fenerbahce. Let's see how he gets on in that season, and then we'll progress some time here at Dortmund too, to see how Bayern actually develops over the next 5, 10, 15 years in FM21. So you can see if he's worth your money. Let's go and have a look. All right, so here is Omer Bayers' profile at the start of season 2. So he's now completed his move to Borussia Dortmund and is now valued at £7.25 million. You see here, he's on the wage that we did negotiate with him, and he's actually grown. He's now 5'8", so he's actually grown an inch since last. And you can see some of his attributes have also developed. His flair is 15, first touch 15, passing 14, technique is up to 16, vision 16, agility 14. Even some of these physicals here are improving. The acceleration, the pace, which is really good to see. Stamina is up to 9 now. Soon this will be into the double figures, which I suppose is the minimum you really want from your attacking midfielder. He's definitely developing. He's picked up a new trait too, which is to play 1-2s, which is always nice. He's now in Germany then. So he didn't play very much last year at all, just the one game for Fenerbahce, and it wasn't even a very good game at that. Let's change that this year by giving him some game time. Let's see how he can develop. I'm going to go and play one season with Bayaz, starting in the Dortmund team. I'm going to play him in behind the strikers in this number 10 role and see how he gets on. I'll see you at the end of the season. Okay, so here it is, start of season 2 at Dortmund here. Season 3 in the game. I've actually gone a little bit further. They've played 7 games of the next season. But here are the stats then for the first season with Dortmund. And if you see, he played 30 games. He scored 9 goals, which is a solid return, I think, from that role just in behind the strikers. Nothing exceptional, but a pretty solid return. But look at this, 18 assists in his debut season, the first season where he's played regular first team football, 18 league assists. That is quite a contribution. 7 player of the match awards and also an average rating of 7.64. That is a fantastic return. If we have a look at how he is developing, you see he's got some lovely upwards arrows going on here. You see that his physicals are starting to develop, which is great. These mentals already really strong are also improving. Decisions, anticipation is on the way up. Free kick taking up to 16. Could be really, really useful if he can improve this even further. 16, he will score free kicks and he will deliver a fantastic ball in, potentially where he's getting a few of these assists from. I'm really excited to see how he gets on in another season or two now. He's actually made his debut for the Turkey national team as well. Valued at 17 million now, £27,000 per week. He's got a new contract too. Definitely developing. 1-2s is now a player trait that he's got. Let's see how he gets on in another season or two then. So 2 more seasons have now passed and wow, he got 18 assists in that first season with Dortmund. He then backed it up by also getting 18 assists in the second season, but adding to his goal total as well. He got 14 goals season 2. Still a great average rating, 7.48. And in the most recent season, he played all but 1 game. He got 8 goals, again solid, and 14 assists. Consistently getting a solid number of assists every single year. This guy, he might be the assist king. I'm really excited to see him continue to develop because I think he's going to start getting even more assists. At least I hope so. He is now listed as a wonderkid. You see here these physicals now, all of them over 10 except for his jumping reach, which I suppose at 5'8" we can't really expect that to get much higher, but these mentals still developing. We did talk about free kick taking. That's now up to 17. His technique is up to 17 as well. He's got 9 caps for Turkey. He's now valued at £45.5 million. We are in 2024 and he's on 83,000 per week. He's going to continue to get better. He's still got loads of potential to try and reach here. Let's go and see him in another season. All right, interesting update. I've gone forward a season and Omer Bayaz, like many before him, has made the move from Dortmund to Bayern Munich. They've spent £60 million on him and he's about to play a season then with Bayern Munich, moving across Germany, which is a really interesting move. He had a really solid season again for Dortmund actually. Another 14 assists. He's now got 64 assists in his 136 games as a professional footballer. Add to that his 41 goals. His goal contributions are fantastic. He's now got over 100 in 136 games. Those are really serious numbers from Omer Bayaz. And now he's gone to Bayern. Hopefully this is going to go from strength to strength. And if we have a look at his profile, then you can see that he is still developing. I think his strength might have dropped down to 9 again. I think that might have been up before, but still turning into a really solid player here. Considering he's still only 21 years old, he's valued at 55 million on £115,000 per week. So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to progress a couple of seasons at the very least. Let's see how his career goes with Bayern Munich. Let's see if he can get even more assists. Okay, wow. So what a career Omer Bayaz is having in this particular save. So having made the move from Borussia Dortmund across Germany to Bayern for 60 million, he spent 3 seasons there and he's now made the move back to Dortmund for £101 million. Wow. If you were wondering whether that 4 million up front, that 13 million total that we spent at the start of the save was going to be worth it, I feel like the fact that he then goes for over 100 million later on in his career, I think kind of justifies it a little bit. And he's had some fantastic seasons. Let me tell you, I called him the assist king earlier on in the video. Well, in 2027-28, he got 22 Bundesliga assists. That is outrageous. 22 in 33 games, alongside the fact that he scored 13 goals himself as well. That is a shockingly good return, and it's only beaten by the fact that in 2029-30, when he is, I mean, how old is he now? He's now 27. When he's about 25, 26, he got 27 Bundesliga assists in a 34-game season. 37 goal contributions from just behind those strikers. An average rating of 7.54. I think this is almost certainly a Bundesliga record that he's beaten there. Omer Bayaz is the assist king. That is just a fact. It's now 2031. Have a look at his profile. Look at these technicals. Look at the fact that he's got 17 free kick taking, 17 technique, 15 passing, vision of 17, composure of 17. Those are so impressive that he will score goals as well as creating so many, as you've already seen, by 27 Bundesliga assists in one season. He has averaged about 7.5 or over every single season since 2023-24. So I'm pretty sure he did win some awards. Oh yeah, so 2 years in a row, 22 and 23, he did get the European Golden Boy Award. I don't think he's won the Ballon d'Or yet, but he still has time. He's still only 27, so he's coming into his prime now, you'd say, and that is quite scary. What I'm going to do now is I am going to holiday on until he's about 31. Let's do another 4 seasons so that he's coming into his twilight years and see what he's been up to since then. We'll go back to Bayern, probably. Let's go find out. All right then, so here we are. Omer Bayaz is now 30 years old. He's coming towards the end of his career. And actually, he probably can play on for a little bit longer too, because he was never really reliant on these physicals either. So actually, he can probably play on for a little bit more, and his mentals are probably only going to improve from here. But let's have a look at how he's got on up to the point of him being 30 years old then. And the one thing that I'm just drawn to straight away is the fact that he's got 16 assists in his past 2 seasons, despite now coming, 29, 30 years old, still getting around about a 7.5 rating as an average over the course of the season. He's got 221 assists in 429 games. Add to that is 167 goals. His average rating is 7.5. He is a phenomenal player with fantastic returns. He can be the most important asset on your team, and you can bring him in early for not too much money. I mean, 4 million up front is what I spent, 13 million pounds in total, and just look at the player that he can become in this game. FM21, Omer Bayaz, he's the assist king. Go and get him for your teams, because you'd be really silly not to. He's the assist king. You are the assist king, Omer. All right, and that is where we will leave it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I really enjoyed tracking the career of Omer Bayaz. He is going to be such an important player for you if you do bring him into your team. I really highly recommend him just for those assists. Get him on all your set pieces. The Turkish Messi, or the assist king, Omer Bayaz. Before you do go, please do subscribe to the channel, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, leave me some comments down below, especially if you've signed Omer Bayaz for your teams. Has he beaten 27 assists in any of your saves? But also turn the bell on for notifications so you can see when the next video is out, and I will leave it there for today. One last reminder, I do live stream over on Twitch on a Wednesday, a Saturday and a Sunday. All the links and everything are down in the description down below, and yeah, I'll leave it there for today. Have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.